Hello money team, how are you guys doing? I take it that you're doing fine. On this other side, I'm super fantastic. I want to take this moment to welcome you to the 9th episode of Weka Shillings with the money team. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Ms Rombo and I'm always your host on this particular channel. Well, Weka Shillings is a series dedicated towards talking about all things finances, and the end goal here is to improve our future financial life. So if that is something that you would be interested in, well, these videos always premiere every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Of course, I would love you to have you on board. Welcome to the team. Now, last week's episode, we started a topic which we named financial planning. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about budgeting, which holds a bigger portion of the financial planning bit. So, well, if you haven't watched or caught up with the financial planning video, I will leave the link in the description box down below. Now, before we get into that topic, let me just take this moment to talk about savings. Well, in case you're new here, we are saving as a team, and that's why we are called the money team. So what is happening is we have a saving plan, two major different ones, although you can always use your own saving plan. So what is happening, we are saving at our own comfort in our phones. Please do not send anyone money. Okay, so I want to believe that most of us own Safaricom lines, so with that you can always open an M-Shwari savings account or a KCB target savings account. For now, I will talk about the two major saving plans that we are having. So one of it is the 50 bob weekly challenge, and the other one is a daily plan where you save as per the day of the year. What do I mean by that? A day has 365 days, so you need to know which day you are in for you to save. So today, as of 22nd of March, we are in day 81 of the year. That means you should be saving 81 bob, and your bank balance should be 1,331. Okay, now if you're saving with the 50 bob challenge, today is week 12 and we are saving 600 Kenyan shillings, and your account balance should be 3,900. I hope all of you take this moment to update their savings account. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Weka Shillings with the money team. Welcome back. And because in this video we're going to be solely talking about budgeting, I want to start by defining some of the keywords that I'll be using oftenly. Okay, so the first word we are going to be defining is budget. Budgeting is the process of allocating money to do something for you, or in other words, is putting money into use. So I will just clearly say a budget helps you plan for your money. Now, before you even plan for your money, it is very realistic for the money to be in your account. Okay, so that means there has to be money coming in, and that brings us to the next word which we are going to be defining, and it's called income. What is income? Income, according to Wikipedia, is the amount of money or property or any other valuable transfers that an individual receives for compensation of any services done. Okay, so basically it's just you being paid, so it's money coming into your account. For whatever reason that money is coming into your account, so long as it is in your account, I want to feel like that should be one thing that gets you started with budgeting. Okay, now next, let's go into the next word which we're going to be defining, which is expenses. Now, in the most simplest terms, expenses is the cost of money incurred on something. Now that we have all understood what these three words hold meanings to, let's get into the discussion of today. Now, initially, I wanted to take you through the budgeting process, but then again, I feel like I'll be instilling you to do something that is probably right for me. So I want you to choose something that will work for you. So that brings us to the discussion of this video, which is going to be some of the types or methods that you can use to budget, and we are just going to dive right into it. And the first one is that 50-30-20 budget rule. Aha! I think if you've been following through, of you are an OG of these episodes, you've had me talk so much about 50-30-20 rule. That's because that's my favorite budget rule. Now, it basically just means if you add 50, 30, and 20, it brings you to 100%. So basically, any money that comes into your account, just add them. If you have so many streams of income, just sum that up, and like in whole, make it to be 100%, and then anza kugawa. 50% of that money is always going to your basic needs, and that means you are paying your rent, buying your food, making sure you have your transportation, and anything that you deem basic. Okay, and then 30% is what goes into your entertainment. Hapo normally utakuta going to the salon or going to the haircut if you're a guy, buying yourself stuff, taking yourself out, you know, things that are deemed as luxury. I think that is what it's bracketed into that 30%. And then 20% is what goes into your savings and paying your debts if you have any debts. Okay, I think that is pretty much very clear. I don't have much to say on that. That just brings us to our second budgeting method, which is the zero-based budget. Now, in a zero-based budget, is just as the word suggests, zero. It just means money that comes in is same as the money that goes out. Now, with the zero-based budget, you have to make sure that you're giving every shilling of your money a job. How do you create a zero-based budget? For you to do that, you actually have to have a list of all your income streams, and then sit down and analyze all your most important expenses. And then thirdly, now whatever will be remaining after you've put down your very basic expenses, then the rest of it you can always use to do the rest of the expenses, whether it's planning for that Christmas vacation or your birthday, or just funding a savings account, a pension account, whatever saving goals you have. You just have to make sure that every single dollar is doing a job, which ideally is the main purpose of having a budget. It's just that a zero-based budget is really thorough. It helps you track your money really good. Okay, now let's move on swiftly to our third type of budget, which is the pay yourself first kind of budget. This is one of the budgets that I feel like if you are always afraid of spending, or you're not a spender, this is a budget based for you. Now, I used this budget in 2020, and when I gave you a story of what my savings have done for me, well, that video is definitely on this channel. Okay, let me just leave it here for you to have a better access to it. Okay, so how this budget works is you normally have money that has imekuja, which is your income, zero. So you just have to decide like savings, you want to save fast. So whatever saving goals you have, you make sure that is the first thing that you're doing with the money. And then once you've done that, the rest of the money is what you actually decide to spend. Now, if you decide to put all that into your saving goals, you realize that you'll be spending so little, and you might feel like you are actually depriving yourself of good things. But I'm going to say, if you have those big things that you really want steered towards a particular direction, I think this is the go-to budget, although it will need another level of patience and motivation. Okay, now I think that has been clearly defined. Now let's talk about the last budget I have for you, which is the envelope budgeting system. Now, the envelope budgeting system, this is a budget system that I haven't used before, but basically it's just having your money in cash and put in an envelope. So we have all talked about income and expenses, you know. So you list all the expenses that you want to do, and then just put a few envelopes and name them according to those expenses. So basically, most transfers are done to the bank or electronically. So you go and withdraw the cash and put respective amounts as per the expenses that you had estimated. And then you will go about the month, you know, just earning. But I kind of feel like this one can help you monitor your money very, very well, because again, at this point, you can always just carry around cash that you need and leave the rest in the house. So I kind of feel like this is also a good budgeting system, only that I've never used it before. There is not necessarily the right way to budget. It's just up to you to pick which one works for you. So I've given you some 4 budget types. I just want you to sit down and try and analyze which one will work best for you, and let me know in the comments section. And then the most one which you all will pick is what I will actually run with when I'll be explaining about the budgeting process. Okay, well, that has brought us to the end of this video. It is always a pleasure having you around. I hope you found this video very, very helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, because it also helps the channel and it helps me know that you have been paying attention and we want more of this content. And with all that said, as I log off, as I always say, don't forget to be kind to one another. Spread the love and happiness, and we definitely make this world a better place. Until next time, guys. Bye.